Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm here with something I'm pretty excited about. This is the Boker Kalashnikov OTF. Now, you've probably seen the Boker Kalashnikovs that are the automatics that open from the side. Those are really popular. They're pretty cool, and they usually come in like a smaller size, and then a regular size, let's call it 3.25 inches. And then they have the XXL version, which I've covered here before. This is the only Kalashnikov model is actually an OTF, and has some pretty snappy action on it. It has an aluminum handle and a D2 blade. So I'm just going to try to zoom in a little bit so you can see where it says Automat Kalashnikov right over here, although it's a little tough to focus. And we have the Boker Plus logo right there. And aluminum, and then it has these raised pieces, just like you'd have on the regular Kalashnikov series. We have 6 screws. Other side, same thing, aluminum, and it's got a little bit of texturing. It's pretty good. I think it adds to the texture of it and gripping, so it's pretty good, not bad. And then we have these raised areas here once again. And then we have some jimping on the handle, and then on the back, if you want to get an overhead grip, it's all kind of what's the word I'm looking for. If it was on the blade, I'd say it was jimping, but I guess you can call it scale jimping. I don't know. So feels pretty good. It has 4 indentations here for your finger, and then you can just kind of put your thumb back here, push up. Now for me, it feels perfect for me. No problem here. I wonder about those with a smaller hand though. It might not be as comfortable because it kind of has these grooves in here. Like I said, I don't know if maybe I have an average size hand and it's made for somebody who's average. Because as you can see, I kind of have a full grip on it. Nothing to complain about here. And pocket clip is deep carry pocket clip. Can't get much deeper than that. So that's pretty good. Has a little bit of an opening here so you can get on your pants pocket pretty easily. And then the screws, pretty cool, are also recessed, so you don't have to worry about those catching on your pocket at all. See those nice and flat, and then you can access them right through the clip. And like I said, the action so far, as you can imagine, I've been playing with it for a while, so I've I've been just kind of going back and forth with it. It's really cool. When I went to the store, I actually bought this at a local gun shop. And they're authorized Boker dealers, and they have like a Boker display case. And I bought a few Bokers from them before, and I was joking around with one of the guys who worked there. I said, "Hey," I said, "you should tell the owners they need to get some Boker automatics in here." I said, tell them, say you've been getting a lot of requests for them. I said they don't need to know if they're all coming from me, and we kind of laughed about it. And then I went in there not too long after that, and I was talking to one of the owners, and he told me that I actually had a Boker stubby strike with me, and he seemed pretty impressed with the action on it and whatnot. So he told me right after he talked to me, he called up the dealer, and he wasn't sure. He really didn't know if automatics were legal, and he said, "Oh yeah, they're legal in your state." So he said, "All right, send me some." So he sent him some, and I actually picked up 2. I'll show you the other one I bought in the next couple of days. And when I saw this, I'm like, okay, I got to buy that. Got to have that. And then I picked up the second one, and there's actually a couple other knives in there. Because when I went in there, so we got a couple of new knives. But I noticed they had some of the Urban Trappers and a couple of the other ones that they're pretty nice knives, but they're not really for me. I don't know if that makes sense, but nice, but not just not for me. But this one, when I saw it, I was like, this is for me. So let's take a few measurements here. It is a beefy knife. It is just a hair over 5 inches. You see there, like just a smidge, like maybe 5 1/16 inch for the handle. The blade is, I believe, 3.5. Let's see here. And from the top of the handle, it's a little over 3.5 inches. As as you can see. A little over 3.5, and then let's just do the, I mean, we could add the numbers, but hey, why should we do that? So it looks like about 8 5/8 inches. As you can see, I'm putting that right at the back there, and we have 8 5/8. Pretty cool. Like I said, this is a really good-sized knife to carry. And we'll get the handy-dandy calipers, because that's what we do. Pretty narrow handle. 0.47 inches there. And as you can tell, it's about that same width throughout, 0.47 inches. The indentation part of the knife is 1.11 inches, and the part between the fingers, 1.28, and then the blade width is 0.76 inches. So this is a pretty good sized knife, and the thickness I believe is 0.11. Let's try 0.10. And then right around here, it thins just a little bit. So pretty good. I would weigh it for you, but again, I forgot to get a battery for the scale. Not good. And you can see it's pretty sharp here. Let's see if I can get a piece of cardboard here. I just did a review of this this Braun portable folding light the other day, and look, we can use this. See how this cuts. This is pretty thick. Okay, not bad. Oh, like I said, it's thick and it's got plastic in it, but I got something thinner right here. There we go. Good thing I'm lazy about throwing stuff away, huh? So, no complaints here. Doing the job. This is $120 on Blade HQ. I got it a bit cheaper. It was $116. Like I said, I really have been wanting to get this. I've had my eye on it because it's the second cheapest OTF that Boker makes, and it's the cheapest full-size OTF. Now, there is a couple of things here. You know, $116 for a knife, it's a pretty good chunk of change, at least the way I think about it. I know some people, you know, spend $400 or $500 on knives. I'm not one of them. This is actually the most I've spent on a knife, $116, which goes to show you how much I really wanted it. Now, by spending that on this knife, there's a couple of things that maybe aren't perfect. One of them is you can see, I don't know if you can really see, but there is a little bit of blade play. Now, you typically do see that in OTFs. If you just try and listen for a second. Okay, and then front to back. So there is a little bit of play in there. Not enough to concern me, to be honest with you. And like I said, I'm not surprised. Now, if I had spent $600 on a Microtech, I'd be a little pissed off. Or if I dropped like $400 or $500 on a Benchmade, again, I wouldn't want to expect that, even if it is an OTF. But at $116, really, you're still kind of looking at a value OTF. I mean, if you're going into just a regular folder, like a flipper, $116 starting to get to that range where you're expecting things to really be pretty darn good. And I do consider this pretty darn good, but like I said, you're not going to get the same tolerances that you're going to get with, like, say, an expensive Microtech or a pricey ProTech. Although, I say a pricey Microtech or a pricey ProTech. Are there cheap ProTechs and Microtechs? I don't think so. So pretty responsive. It's kind of funny. I saw some reviews of this, and people have complained about this ramp because they said that the switch, if you can see, is too aggressive, and it hurts their thumb, and it gives them calluses. I kind of laughed when I saw that. It's like, really? It gives you calluses? I mean, this is one thing that cannot be smooth. I mean, if you make this too smooth, your thumb's going to kind of slip off. I actually think it's just right. Plus, I'm also thinking that with a larger knife, you have larger springs, a longer track. So I'm thinking that you need a more substantial a more substantial push on the switch compared to some of the smaller OTFs I have. So something like this is necessary. So if you're the kind of person who a switch that has kind of, I wouldn't even say aggressive, an aggressive texturing, but if you think the texturing is going to bother you, don't buy this kind of knife. Maybe you can get some like I don't know, some little pink knife with unicorns on it and flowers that you could just open like this, and it'll lock back for you. I don't know, but I don't see what the issue with this is. Plus, I got to tell you, it's not a big deal now, but I really think after you do it a few hundred times, it's going to really wear in nicely. I'm sure I'm not the only person who notices that after you start opening and closing certain knives, whether they're OTFs, autos, or even just like a manual, I mean, they tend to wear in a little bit, especially if they're made under tight tolerances. So that's something for those of you who are kind of thinking about it. But if you do go to a local knife shop and you see this and you're in the market for an OTF, but you don't want to spend $400, definitely pick it up. Just try it out. I think you'd like it. So the big question now is, how is it going to wear over the years? Like I said, I wouldn't call this a review because I've just cut some stuff and I've sat there like this and I've annoyed my wife with it. But I mean, it's not like I can say that I was taking this to work and I've been putting it through some hard tasks for the last few months, and I can tell you everything that needs to be done, because I can't. I might actually do some, a ton of cutting tomorrow. It could break on me. I don't know. I don't think it would. It seems like it's made pretty well, but I mean, really anything happens. That's why this really isn't a review. It's just me kind of like doing an older version of like show and tell at kindergarten, where I'm just kind of showing you what I got, and I'm giving you some of the some of the specs and see what you think about them. But like I said, definitely a good one, and if you are interested, go check one out at a knife shop locally so you can kind of get a vibe for it. All right, I will talk to you later, guys. Have a good one.